Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview January 7th, 2015. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and absolutely gorgeous outside. Can't wait to get out there. Traders, always remember that this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Alright traders, let's get started. If you would, please let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I am your moderator through the market opening preview series on a daily basis. Traders, on Friday, about 5 hours after the New York markets close, I do what we call the Friday wrap-up. It's where we go over between 10 and 16 daily charts and see what happened in the past and what might be happening in the future week to come. And we look at support, resistance, and some price action and some patterns, candlestick patterns, and a whole bunch of good stuff. And we get ready for the next week ahead. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came over to Thailand on a 3-month tourist visa to celebrate my retirement. Well, traders, it is 2015 and I am still in Thailand. Traders, I love living here. It's a great place to be, and it's also a great time zone. I can trade all three trading markets, Asia, New York, and London, and still get a good night's sleep. Alright traders, let's get started with the legal stuff. We'll get that out of the way. This is a risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most of all, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Alright traders, let's get moving here, and we are headed to let's take a look at the weekly calendar. Let's see what we got on for today. Nothing happened in Asia. I just finished a live trading room in Asia and it was quite slow. London session today, we have about 55 minutes after the London Open. We have German unemployment change comes out today, so be aware of that. If you're in the Euro trade, please protect yourself. And as we go scrolling down the old thing there, also we have in the London session, we have CPI year on year from the Euro. So we have CPI year on year. Make note of that. Alrighty. And then we basically come back into the U.S. And in the U.S., it is NFP week, non-farm payrolls week. Unfortunately, I wasted 2 good trading days in my opinion. But anyhow, ADP non-farm employment change comes out today. They're expecting 226 over 208. And that is about an hour and 15 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange opens. Please make note of that. Later in the New York session, actually it's pretty late, we have IV PMI coming out today out of Canada. So that's another one that's coming out today. And that about wraps it up as far as the calendar goes. Let's head over here to the markets. Wow, a lot of red in the markets in the New York session. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.74%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.89%. And the NASDAQ closed negative 1.29%, with the Russell 2000 at negative 1.69%. Wow, where did that come from? And I have to tell you, the Eurozone did no better, all in the red. The DAX was negative 0.04%, barely in the red. The FTSE 100 in the red at 0.79%. The CAC 40 in the red, 0.68%. And the Euro Stoxx 50 in the red, 0.36%. All right, traders, let's head on over to my side of the world. Let's talk about Asia, and these markets are currently trading. The Nikkei 225 is negative 0.24%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Sydney is negative 0.61%. The Shanghai and the Hang Seng is not trading as of yet, and the Kospi is negative 0.30%. Going back to the Shanghai and the Hang Seng, they both closed yesterday in the red, the day before yesterday in the red, but they have not opened yet as of far as today. So all of Asia's in the red except for the Kospi. So Seoul is the only one that's actually in the green. A lot of red on the indices today, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that, my friends. All right, commentary today is entries. Entries were really tough yesterday. Some of these trading pairs really worked well, and we saw some good price action movement. However, the trade plans that we put together, and we'll look at the charts. We're going to look at 6 currency pairs, and when we look at the charts, it's the entries that's given us that, the challenge. Where are you going to get into these? Where are you going to put your stop losses and stuff like that? Even the entries that I put on the charts, a lot of these didn't work yesterday. The trades worked, but the entries just kept on going down, i.e. the pound. All right, let's move on. This is 60 Minutes Forex Charts for review, and we'll start, of course, with the euro dollar. All right, here's the euro dollar, and if you take a look at this was really tough to get into. You came up all the way to the 61.8, and that was really at the end of New York. New York came to the downside, then pulled back up, and the last 4 candles, those are Asia candles to the downside. So not a lot we can see there. In the last hour, you can see that last candle, that doji candle there. We've been watching that in the live trading room, and it's just been doing nothing. It's just moving, bobbling around there. So not a lot of price action yet. It's early in the trading day, I understand, but we need to see a pullback. We don't want to trade into support. So if we can get to that 38.2, or I would love to see it go to the 50% at 1.1900 would be fine, and we could just take this bad boy and take this down. That would be awesome. But we're bearish, right? The only thing that concerns me on this chart, traders, is look at this chart. What do we see here? We've got 2 areas of gaps that have not been filled yet. 2 areas of gaps that have not been filled yet. They're going to be filled. I mean, 99.9999% of the time, gaps do get filled, and they're not getting filled. So at some point, we're going to get a bounce here, and it's going to just knock all this stuff out. And these gaps will be filled. All right, let's take a look at the pound dollar. The pound dollar is one that we had a nice trade set up yesterday, but if you take a look at the charts here, it just went sideways and then just dumped down. It never gave us a pullback. Today, we're hoping for a pullback. We'd like to see it go back up to the 38.2. I'll tell you what, traders, if it comes up to the 23.6% fib at 51.52, is that correct? Nope, I'm sorry, that is 51.54. If that comes up to 51.54, let's take that back down. We'll take that back down to 51.15. That's a nice 30 pip trade. If we can get up to that 23.6, if it goes higher than that, better for us. We like a lot of room to maneuver with, right? We want to enter trades where we have some space to move around in. The stop is above where it needs to be, above the 618, and that is our trade plan for the pound today. But as you all know, the pound does not like to give pullbacks, so you might end up having to wait till it breaks support and then take that trade from there. All right, traders, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. That's a pretty ugly chart, I got to be honest with you. But however, it did hug that too. It did come up yesterday all the way back up to that 200 exponential moving average, and it's been hugging that, and then finally broke loose and came on down in New York and the beginning of Asia, and it is continuing to move to the downside. Again, we need a pullback. It is coming up to support now. It's pretty strong support. If you look left of the chart, you will see that price action at that price level actually has reacted. So I'm looking for this to give us some blue and to give us our pullback. We've got about 5 hours and 45 minutes before the London Open, so we've got plenty of time for this to pull back and give us our entries. So don't fear, it'll happen. I wouldn't want to be entering anything until the London Open at this point. All right, let's take a look at that Euro Aussie, one of my favorite pairs to trade. It has been very nice to me lately, but I do like trading the Euro Aussie. You can see I put a yellow line there, and I was just marking that line because of the resistance, and it caught my eye when I was looking at charts today and trying to figure out what we were going to do, and I noticed that price really reacted to this 47.65 area, and I was like really intrigued by that. So we're doing a trend line, basically, trade today. We want this to break below the trend line at like 1.4714, and we'll take it down to 4,600. And if we can do that, that'd be wonderful. That's over 100 pips, traders. We only want, 30% of that. So if we can get 30 pips out of that trade, that would be great. It might come back all the way up to the resistance line, and we'll have to see how that works. So it wouldn't surprise me if this does come back all the way up to that resistance and then gives us our pullback. However, it is at resistance again now, and we'll hope to see this break the trend line, and we'll take it short. All right, traders, let's head over to the Euro-Yen. The Euro-Yen's been a great pair. Yesterday did not give us the entry. It never gave us the pullback, never gave us the entry, didn't do anything. All it did was go straight down, and unless you just got into it, it was pretty hard. It gave you a little pullback, a little bit, but not much later in the day. But the European session was pretty slow and sideways, so just watch that. I like this, though. I have to tell you, we have now 4 higher lows. This thing is moving up. I think this is going to go up to the 38.2, and we'll get that 141.51 price, and we can short this. That's nice resistance right there. Look at how prices reacted to that price area in the past. Very nice trade here on the Euro-Yen. Very nice. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. What a crazy price action this did. This totally was against our trade plan yesterday. Remember, we had those 2 trend lines, and it didn't do anything. It basically bounced off them and just went sky high. And you can see it went through the 200 and then came all the way back down again. Now we're sitting on a trend line, and this screenshot was only taken about 45 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. And it's bouncing out off this trend line. The only thing that might save us here is this 200 exponential moving average. But as you can see from yesterday, it sure didn't help us there. And I don't know, maybe it was the pound news that did it or what, but it definitely didn't move in the direction I was expecting. It did fill both gaps, though. If you notice on the chart, there are 2 gaps, so both gaps are filled, so gaps are not an issue on the New Zealand dollar. I am bearish on this. Go take a look at a daily chart. It is bearish. It's in a nasty range. There is no doubt about it, and there are pips there, but that is a nasty range on the daily chart. I'd like to see that straighten itself out and give us a nice pattern there, whether it wants to go long or short. I'd like to see that get out of that nasty range and give us some nice price action. All right, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today. Coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Remember, traders, this is every single day before the London Open. The market opening preview brought to you. All right, traders, always remember this is brought to you again by FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, have a great trading day and grab those pips. And till tomorrow, take care and bye-bye.